Something's wrong with the video. Oh my God, what are you doing?
Forward, isn't it? Remember the 5th of November.
Remember the 5th of November, gunfire, powder and plot, and we do a podcast on Sunday. And someone's been very busy in the last couple of weeks and feeling very tired and decided, because he didn't do his exercise, decided to do it all on one day. Like an idiot. And on that note, talking of idiots, hello Keith, how are we doing?
Hi. I like you got your clothes matching today. Have you been dressed by a personal shopper today, by any chance? I mean, you got the red hoodie, red cap, pink underscore t-shirt. I mean, you're looking pretty fly, dude.
So I'm still in my gym kit. This is a bit swampy, I think is the best way of describing it. I needed to get a shower and bits before the podcast. I fell asleep. We were supposed to have started earlier, but I fell asleep like a child.
Well, we actually are starting very early today, so apologies to the people that usually catch us an hour later, but I'm in Singapore at the moment, so it's even further ahead in time. And I was up at stupid o'clock this morning. So I understand feeling tired.
I've done several mornings of up at stupid o'clock in the morning. I was supposed to go somewhere, but I decided to do it in the afternoon rather than stupid o'clock in the morning because I could have done it in a day, and I was like, no, I'm not going to stay overnight. It's too far to drive and come back because I was a pussy. This week, we will mostly be talking about South Park and Into the Panderverse. Keith wants to talk about the Gen V finale. And there's a trailer for Kingdom of the Planet Apes, and there's some other stuff we want to talk about too.
Yeah.
So we both watched South Park Into the Panderverse. I thought it was okay. I thought there's two really kind of clear stories in there of stupid things happening at Disney and people having stupid degrees that are fundamentally worthless. Kind of makes me feel better about not going to university now. Does it make you feel better? I've got all this. I've seen videos of people who've done university and expecting to walk into $100,000 a year job, and it's like that's not how it works. And it's funny because everybody I know has a university degree isn't using the university degree. There's one. I know one person. Actually, I know one person that's using the university degree. Because what it is that it's like kind of, and then it's like kind of, and then you just want to get taught by the company anyway. So anyway, so let's talk about Into the Panderverse. So first things first, have you checked under your bed to see if Kathleen Kennedy's hiding there?
Disney executives. Man, can you check under the bed and make sure there's no Disney executives? I'm really scared Kathleen Kennedy's hiding under my bed. Oh, that was genius. I've seen a lot of people have jumped on the bandwagon that haven't watched South Park clearly for a long time. And I think that as South Park has gone on, Trey Parker and Matt what's his face, have got much better at satire. And whereas they used to be very American in their humor, there was a lot of subtlety in this episode that it's funny watching all these American YouTube channels just not picking up on it. And there was so much in there that they felt it wasn't as hard hitting. And I mean, yeah, okay, when they had a go at the Kingdom, the Crystal Skull, right, the Indiana Jones Crystal Skull thing, they had George Lucas and Steven Spielberg raping Indiana Jones, and that sent a point. But it was very blatant humor, whereas this was a bit more subtle. And they're saying, they let Bob Iger off they let Bob Iger off, like, you know, actually, no, they didn't let Bob Iger off. They made him look like a fucking idiot that wasn't managing everything. And then it was Kennedy that was really pulling the strings, which is what a lot of people have accused it of. So again, there was subtlety there by making, you know, people go, oh, they didn't really have a go at Bob Iger. Yeah, they were. The point was that he was ineffective. And it was things like that. And like the trans police cop that just had me fucking pissing myself laughing, right? When you had, you know, when you were in the sort of different universe where everybody was a black, you know, African woman kind of thing, right? And the cop, the police, the chief police turns up, and she had a tash and exactly the same voice, and I just thought, okay, that's having a dig as well. And the bits where like everybody was like, you know, when the black female version of Cartman comes to the normal universe, and everybody, who's that? Oh, it's Eric Cartman. Oh, okay, I can believe that. Again, that was having to go at all these normies that just accept this bullshit, right? And say, oh, you're not a fan, you're not a real Star Wars fan if you don't accept Disney Star Wars. You know,
right. The best bit of that was when they went in front of the principal. And it's like, kind of, our friend has been replaced by a diverse woman of colour. In terms of that goes, is there a problem with that? We might be racist.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think there was a lot of more subtlety in this, with all due respect, America, that you don't get. It's like Chuck not getting your vlog. It's that kind of humor, and I say that with you know, respect. But there is a lot more subtle humor these days in South Park. They've got very good at being satirists, and I think they've kind of honed their skills. And the trouble is they've become more British in doing it, so the humor is not as blatant, and there was a lot of very subtle digs in there that I just found hilarious. The cop, the PC principal, everybody's acceptance of Cartman, and like when Butters, you know, Butters suddenly singing the do do do, but the do 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 sounding like, you know, in tune and amazing, and then when when the person comes into bollocking, he still calls them dad.
Yeah, and we're just supposed to accept it. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, it was this subtle jibe that was there, that you watch Geeks and Gamers, and even Gary, to a certain extent, who does get more British humour than most of them, I think missed some of the subtlety there. And I don't think it needed to be more scathing. I think they balanced it. I think if it had gone too vile, a lot of people would have written it off. You know, if they'd had the whole rape jokes that they had in the earlier days and had gone too vile, it wouldn't have been as powerful. It wouldn't have been hard hitting. Now, right, you see, like, all the fucking recent thing, you know, I keep getting all these suggestions for groups on Facebook, and now, because it wasn't so vile, more people watched it, and then you've got all these people just commenting on all of these bloody Marvel things. Put a chick in it, make it go, make a lay,
make it lay. Oh.
Make it lay. And the bit where Kathleen Cartman, again, fucking genius, right? Was like, you know, here's your linguini, madam. It's like, is there a problem? Yes. I told you to put a chick in it and make it gay. And so he goes, oh, the chef was a bit confused, mate. Put a chick in it.
But seriously, the great thing is you can look at the Marvel things, yeah, and Ant-Man and the Wasp. What did they do? They put a chick in it.
Put a chick.
They didn't make it gay, but they made it lame. And then what was it? Echo. Not Echo. Not you.
You're talking about Hawkeye, although
no, Hawkeye. I'm talking about the TV show Echo that's going to come out. That is literally put a chick in it, and it's just.
We'll come back to Echo in a minute.
Because they've got that. You've got Loki season 1. I didn't even watch season 2 because I couldn't be bothered.
You should have seen it.
This
is where I do.
Obi-Wan. It doesn't
Yeah.
just apply to thing. It's like all the Disney things. It's like they were remaking Bambi, and they had the Kathleen Kennedy thing in there. And I think Marvel. I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna revisit this. I really think they're gonna revisit this. I think because it
Oh
only takes them
yes.
2 weeks to turn around. They'll revisit
Well,
this.
no, this was so. What's happened with South Park in recent years is they've got a contract to produce several specials each year for Paramount Plus. So this was a Paramount Plus special, not a series. But I suspect what they did last time with the specials was they did the streaming specials, and they did several episodes. And so I don't think this is going to be the final one. I think you're going to see more. I think they're going to go, just call it Panderverse 2, just to send more of a thing. But no, I don't think they're done with Disney. And again, you see, I come back to this. I think had they done their usual bag of tricks, had they, done what they did with Indiana Jones, they would have. The trouble was with that episode, whilst they were making a pretty good point at the time, a lot of people couldn't see past the vileness of it. They couldn't see past the rape joke, and therefore people had to go at them for undermining rape and all this blah blah blah. In this, I think it was as hard hitting as it can be in this current era. And the thing is, no one can criticize this for vileness, because it wasn't vile. It was genuinely making a point, and I think it did it in such a brilliant way. It summed up everything that I feel, and the comment where you've got where you've got people, the thing between Kathleen Kennedy and Cartman in the end, where she comes back, she goes, "We're going to make things, we're no longer going to, pander. We're going to make things." But it was like, the people that hate you so much, those are the people that care. And when you create apathy, that's when you should be worried. And that's how I feel about Marvel. I just don't care. The Marvels is coming out. It's it's going to bomb like nobody's been. And I just don't care. They're now talking about bringing back Robert Downey Jr. I don't care, because what you're not doing is replacing the people that have been responsible for all this. Kathleen Kennedy is still in with a job. Now, last time I checked, all these people work for you. The boss is responsible, right? When you make she should have been fired after Indiana Jones, for fuck's sake.
Should have been fired after fucking.
And Kevin Feige should have been fired years ago. It's beyond anything that I can sort of. I don't know. I don't understand how these people are in a job. And we'll come back, because we've got to talk about Blade as well. But no, I thought this South Park thing was brilliant. What did you feel?
I didn't find it as funny as I normally used to find South Parks. I think the last one I watched was the one where they had the imagination thing, where they got Richard Dean Anderson and they tried putting him through Stargate, and it's like, no, I'm an actor. No.
Was that nuking our imaginations? Yeah, they were opening up a Stargate to imagination there. And you had all the hippies. You can't nuke our imaginations, dude! I remember those.
And I remember, I enjoyed that. But it's... it was okay. I wanted them to go harder on everyone, just so people paid bloody attention.
I think people
put a chicken.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button.
I think people did, and I think had they gone harder, this is going to be.
You're right.
I don't think it would have been as hard hitting.
You would have lost the general audience if you'd have gone harder on that.
Yeah, and I think they were trying to apply to the normies. It was like, wake up.
This isn't to us, because we already know.
Yeah. I mean, we're aware of this, but this was to the general public is like, wake up. None of you went to see Indiana Jones. Why didn't you go to see Indiana Jones? Because you knew it was going to be lame. So why do you keep going? Oh, it's fine. Because it's not. You know it's not. I
hang on a
think
second,
this was precisely
hold on.
targeted, and I think it was
I know why it
geniusly
failed.
done.
Put a chick in it, make her gay.
That's what it failed.
We're going to keep that from now on.
That's staying there now. That is staying there now. Hang on a second. Let's just say hello to a few people because we've had a few people pop in. So it's Biffers first in the door as always. Hello, how are you? Followed by Steve. Hello, Steve. How are you? Followed by where is he? Chuck. Hello, Chuck. How are you? And then I think that's it so far. So yeah, it's yes, they went to London. I've been in London a lot. Don't like London. It's just like I've got to go into the city, and I mean the city of London, not London, because you have to realise they're two different places.
I saw your picture of Clapham Junction. I was just like, oh, he hates Clapham.
Oh, no, I hate. Right, so it was like, oh god, yeah. So he's sitting up, bloody. Yeah, Clapham Junction. It's pissing down with rain. The sun was coming down. Yeah. Looked quite pretty. I'll be honest with you.
But, yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah,
so they had right. So they did the Kathleen Kennedy thing. They did put her in a very, how can I put it, polite light, because they did try to make out that she might not be as responsible as what she is.
Oh, I think they said it was her that was by making her do the Panderverse thing. And look, you do not, the trouble is, right, the likes of Geeks and Gamers, even Gary now, they have too much of a go at these people all the time. They make video after video, and whether you like it or not, there's too much of it. I think if they'd gone as hard at these guys, they would have been lumped in with those guys. I think they balanced it right. And at the end of it, they were trying. I mean, they make a good point that these guys making more and more videos, having a go at her, it makes the other side double down. It's what's happening everywhere in the world at the moment. It's what's happened in political world. It's what happened. There are two sides, and I think what they were saying was that by one side. The bit where it's like, do you know how many thousands of hate mails I receive a day? And goes, yeah, it's a few thousand. She just lets it.
See, that was a very subtle thing, just to turn around and say, it's only a few people. It's only a few people. Yeah. Why are you focusing on a few people? In this case, it was only one person, but they still just
no. But yeah, what it was saying was that by these people having a go at her, he then doubles down on the pandering side, and it just gets worse and worse. And that is probably quite close to the truth. But what I don't understand, and I will say this, is I don't understand how she has a job, because they've lost money. Now, in any other business, you would have lost your job by now for this kind of underperformance.
Yeah. We'd be sitting with HR at the moment. We'd be sitting with HR at the moment going, well, but yes, we've had a few things at work where we've got jobs that we refer to as the graveyard for managers. You get put there as a chance that you're going to die. But she should be in that graveyard too. I don't know why.
Yeah, she should. Because the damage has already been done. But I think this was deliberately done this way, not to be. You can't look. The trouble is, you cannot do what they used to do, because the YouTubers have already done that. They've already made those crass jokes. They've already gone to that level. They've already said that and been saying this for months on things. You needed to do something that spoke to more people, and that's exactly what this episode did.
I do reckon they should have taken the piss out of YouTubers too, bitching about Kathleen Kennedy and stuff. That's one thing that's a trick they missed.
But you don't know that they won't. I don't think this is the final episode. I liked the other side of it, like making the handyman into Elon Musk and what's his
Jeff
face
Bezos.
style characters, which was just fucking genius. The space bit just made me piss myself laughing.
That whole AI plotline thing was brilliant. It was just like kind of, then the university is not really worth much, is it? And he's like, I can do news presenting for you if you fix my plumbing.
But
I'll
it's
be honest with
true.
you.
Go on. You were gonna say?
I'll be honest with you. I can fix some of the shit that breaks around my house, but I'd like a professional to do it because I want it professionally fixed. It's that simple.
It depends what goes wrong in my house. I can't decorate for shit. I'm not very good at decorating, so I'd get a decorator in. But I can fix a lot of basic stuff. It's like it's in my fucking way, right? I mean, I know we're going off subject here, but this is part of the thing, right? We had a fan the other day, right? And every couple of months you have to clean fans because they pick up dust. And when you have fans going as long as you guys in England don't have fans going 24/7, but when our fans go 24 hours a day, pretty much, so we have to clean them. And you take all of the fan off, and you take, so you get, and on the back of the panel of a fan is a panel that you screw in, you screw in to hold the back part of the cage. And the screw thread had snapped off. And my wife was like, "Oh, we're going to have to buy a new one." And I looked at it and went, "No, it's just a panel." She said, "Oh, we'll take it to a repair shop." I went, "This is Thailand. I'm damn sure that you could probably find a spare on, Thai Amazon, and I can do it. It's 3 bloody screws." But she was going to take it to the shop. I was like, the shop luckily was closed. I said, "It's a bloody panel." Whilst she's going, found the bloody panel, I ordered it. 2 days later, it turns up, bomb, 3 screws repaired. It's like, but I know a lot of people that wouldn't have done that. So it's hard hitting. I mean, I remember, being the only one in the house when I was living with a few other people that could do things like fuse box or install a washing machine, which was easy. And I can fix stuff like that. I can do all the plumbing shit in my house.
Due to a recent injury, I wouldn't be able to do a washing machine because I couldn't get my arms around there. Plus, it's all tight. But
you have a physical condition. Yeah, is that echo? Yeah.
Excuse me, darling. Fuck off. Sorry. Get back in focus. So anyway, just going back to the Panderverse. Yeah, there is a thing where it's like kind of it's going to replace all our jobs. Well, all the jobs where it doesn't involve doing stuff with your hands. Which is fine. I'm not bothered because I work with AI. So I currently work with AI. I don't know how long I'll be working with AI for. But I work in an industry where people work with their hands because we need shit to get done. Anyway, do you want to talk about what we're going to talk about?
As we're on the subject of Disney, I think we should talk about the other couple of stories. So
okay.
Disney, who have made no money this year, have just apparently are buying up the rest of Hulu.
They were always going to have to buy up the rest of Hulu, Keith. It was part of the agreement.
Okay, so they're buying it for 8.6 billion. So that's 8.6 billion. So that's twice as much as they pay for Star Wars on a streaming service that makes no money. So there's that. And then this week we got a trailer for Echo. And
Put a chicken in and make a leg.
Yeah.
They're dumping the whole lot on one day, so you get all of it in one go, unlike any of the other Marvel series, and they're dumping it.
Put a chicken in it, make her gay.
Make it lame.
I'm going to stop. No, I like pressing that button too much.
They're gonna put it all on Hulu as well. The thing is, the trailer's all right, but that's because it's got Kingpin and it's got Vincent, what's his face, beating the shit out of people in his nice white suit and getting it all bloody. It's like, dude, if you're gonna go and beat something up, don't wear a white suit. I mean, come on, that's fucking Mickey Mouse shit. That is. Pun intended.
It works for fucking Mickey Mouse.
The
Kingpin in the Marvel Universe is Mickey Mouse. All right, hang on. Shall we? Because I don't care about getting copyright claims and bits on this channel. We can watch it. Let me pop it in. There we go. Because I haven't seen it, so you can get my reaction to it. There we go. So let's have a nose at Echo.
Maya.
But I'm not very impressed so far.
I see everything that you are. I always have. Don't be afraid.
We're gonna have words after this.
It's not a bad trailer. When you look at the trailer, take out that we give a shit about the character.
You have so much pain in you. You.
Still watching because I know it's going to
So
be shit.
much rage. That you can't contain it. You and I are the same. So, who's the monster?
All right, I'll explain why I don't like it.
Okay.
Would you like me to explain why I don't like it? All right. So the first problem
Right.
is it's just her versus the Kingpin, isn't it? There's no other stakes in there. There's
No, okay,
nothing
you're
in
reading
there
it right.
that
I'm
gives me
saying,
anything.
I'm saying as
Yeah.
a trailer, the trailer works.
Even as no,
right?
as a trailer, you need to just set up the premise, yeah, which is, I suppose, Deaf Girl meets crime boss, but that was not communicated very well, yeah. And it's like kind of that you've no, it doesn't make any sense why he's doing it because he looks like pedo in this, doesn't he?
I don't know. It's the Kingpin. You know who he is, so you know he's not.
Oh,
Peter,
we know who
right?
he is, but if you're stuck to wait using your rules, stepping away, looking at the trailer objectively, yeah, right.
Mm.
It's not like you saw him take her to school at the beginning. And I'll be honest with you, the ice cream vendor not being able to do Macton is not a bad thing. Yeah? I know. I'm sorry, I know British Sign Language. You have to go away. Learn British Sign Language and come back. So you got that there. He beats him up. It doesn't make much sense. Then you've got uncharismatic actress, someone being thrown through a wall. Someone's dead, some sort of car crashing. Maybe this is the bad guy. Where is he? Maybe that's the bad guy. Why haven't you
I feel like
established
the
that's the
bit
bad guy?
where
He looks like the bad guy.
shoots a fucking dude through the chin. Just pulls out the gun and shoots a dude through a chin.
Yeah, so it's a bit. It's like we know nothing. There's
But it's
Daredevil.
going to be. It's going to.
Daredevil.
Well, yeah, it's got that. Yes, I know.
And he doesn't right. Why did they not hire like a UFC fighter for the role?
I know.
She looks like she doesn't look like she's breaking a
Booth's-
guy's neck. She looks like she's having a tricky shit. I'm sorry. I know why they cast her, yeah. But you
Oh, yeah.
want to cast someone who's believable. You need to have immersion and verisimilitude and believability, and that does not scream believability. That looks like she is. She's having.
I agree with you.
She's just not. If you put,
I agree
so if we
that-
turn around and
that-
replace Ronda Rousey, or Gina Carano, or any of the lady fighters from the
I'm going to do
UFC,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it would probably work. I imagine there is probably a lady in the UFC that could probably pull this off, yeah. But
They're not going to.
I-
I mean, I'd love them to replace her with Gina Carano. Look, I agree that she's not the. Look, the series is going to be shit, right? Or at least we think it. They think it's going to be shit. That's why they're dumping it all on one go. I will laugh if it turns out to be good, right? I don't think it's going to be, but I will laugh if it
Keith,
turns out to be good, because then
Keith,
it'll make their.
If it turns out to be good, I'll give you half my lottery winnings on the same day.
No, I don't think it's going to be, but I would laugh if it was, because it'd just be ironic that what they think is shit is actually good, and what is good, they think is shit. I think it is shit. I just think I thought the trailer would be absolutely dire, and I was like, this is not a bad trailer, really. I've seen like Loki season 2. That was a bad trailer, and it's a bad series. This had Kingpin in it. But yeah, he's right. No, I've read his comments. They've hired the least appealing actress in the world, visually appealing. Well, no, I would say appealing, generalized.
Well, no,
probably about
I'd
right.
just like to point out that cinema is based on visuals, pretty much. Yeah. And she's deaf and she doesn't talk, so there goes the audio part too.
Yeah, look, I don't understand. They've done this to tick more boxes. It's clearly a turd, because they were meant to have released this ages ago. I mean, it was filmed God knows how long ago. It was filmed directly after Hawkeye. That's how long it's been in the can. So, and they're dumping the whole lot on 2 streaming services at the same go to maximize views, to try and justify its existence and write off its costs. That's exactly why they're doing it. But I've been saying this for over a year now. Disney is fucked, and they are. If you're telling me they're forced into paying 8.6 billion, that's almost even worse.
Yeah, they were
for another streaming service. They've made no money this year, and now you hear about all the fucking shit at Blade, and you wonder how Kevin Feige's still in the job. You're going to make a Blade movie that is female-led. And if the rumors are true, you were going to make Blade gay as well. What the fuck? Like, movie. Blade, the original Blade movie, is what made Marvel their first fucking profit on a movie.
It's the thing with Blade is I always pictures him you got superheroes, yeah, who are too busy for sex. Blade's one of those superheroes, yeah. They're just not at it. That sounds really bad. They're just doing their stuff constantly, and they don't really think outside that. They're quite driven and not outside it. So, like, as I said before, Peter Parker is clearly shagging Mary Jane whenever he gets a chance, yeah? And
not the
Reed Richards and Sue Richards. Well, they're married, actually. Maybe they're not. But it's right. So for me, it's gone from being like not respecting the source material, which is always my big thing. Respect the source material, blah blah blah. Yeah, to doing stuff that your audience doesn't want, to doing stuff that's not profitable. Now to crimes against fucking logic. Yeah, it's just crimes against logic and a war on reality, because it's like kind of, oh, do we have to appeal to these people? It's like those people aren't fucking watching it. Look at the big group. Go to the big group. They're the ones that are going to watch your film. Pander to them. Yeah, and it just makes me it makes me fucking Rachel fucking Ziegler out this shit. Yeah.
Oh, I still do know how fucking hard people are trying to rehabilitate her. The amount of fucking shit that comes up on suggested posts from Facebook about Rachel fucking Ziegler. Oh, she sung 18 songs in the new fucking What's Its Face movie. Oh, she's done this. Oh, she's this. Right, I know with a movie star, right, it's not just the movie star that makes money. There's a lot of people around her that make a lot of money off her, right? The studios make money off her. Publicists make money off her. Fucking, all the endorsements make money off her. And this silly bitch, who's gone and shot her mouth off has alienated the world. And so I wrote, look, can you just fuck off with this rehabilitation shit? It's obvious what you're doing and it isn't going to work. And then somebody went, she's 22. And, at 22, you might do stupid shit and say, but what you don't do when you are, creating a brand is shoot your fucking mouth off the way she has done. And tank, a huge movie that, well, it was always going to tank, but she's confirmed it. But and a movie that might have done well, the Hunger Games prequel might have done well, but now because people just don't like her, they're not going to go and see it. So she's damaged other people's careers. I don't care how old she is. 22 is old enough to know what you should be and shouldn't be saying, and she's a silly
No,
cow.
22's old
And
enough
she
for the
doubled down.
studio to know not to leave her on her fucking own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they shouldn't have let her be
That's what
interviewed.
22 means. It's like, for Christ's sake, they're going to say some dumb shit.
But
Sorry, Biff are asking.
but now there's more and more reports of her coming out
right
about how bad she is on set. So yeah,
all right.
sorry, do the story.
Okay, sorry. I just pulled this up, banding into comments quickly. All right. So initial cost for Rachel Ziegler's Snow White film were already shockingly high. The new report detailed initial costs for the Walt Disney Company live action Snow White film starring Richard Ziegler and Gal Gadot. Well, that doesn't fucking matter now. Came in at 209.3 million. But this new report come from Caroline Rees at Forbes reveals that the Snow White production went under a code name Hidden Heart Productions Limited in the UK. According to Reed, the UK filing for the company's Walt Disney Company had already spent 209 million as of July 31st, 2022. However, she notes that the UK government has granted Disney 41.1 million tax rebate, meaning the net spend so far is 168.2 million. But where's my I want my but because it is. So it's Valiant Renegade, who I'm quite a big fan of actually. Nevertheless, reclaims that these initial numbers, the film will need to gross 3.3 million. The long and short of it is it doesn't. Oh, right. I was hoping to have something really clear. Yeah, it needs to gross that to get to cover.
Yeah,
cover the spending. Yeah, it's one. They always lowball their numbers, Disney, to keep the fucking shareholders happy. All right, so this fucking brainlet, she is a brainlet, and that's a fucking brainlet with her. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree.
She's fucking because that freaking imagination thing. Yeah. No, it's not us. It's our stupid government. There's a difference. We have an unelected prime minister at the moment. All right, the silly guy with the fucking fluffy hair was elected. Dipshit at the moment from the in-betweeners isn't. So yeah, we have to wait until the fucking change in the guard. And he wasn't even. The funny thing was, he wasn't even the second choice. Because the second choice lasted a week because she said, I'll cut taxes and make things easier for people. That will boost the economy and get things moving. And everyone went, oh no, we can't do that. That might be sensible. And kicked her out too. But then again, she was a fucking brainlet too. Oh my God. I just...
And it's true. It's true. No, look, I mean, that movie's going to bomb. Disney haven't got anything in the pipeline. They haven't. It's
going to bomb.
You know, this is why
it's going to bomb. It's going to bomb harder than Oppenheimer.
I mean, and the thing is, right? You know, you look at if it's true that they're going to bring. If it's true that they're going to bring, right? The rumor is they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson. Well, Scarlett Johansson fucking sued them, so I don't see that happening.
See, the only way they could do that is to get rid of Kevin Feige, install a new person in place, and then have the new person in place turn up to all these celebrities' doors with like in what's it, Love Actually, where he's got the thingy where he's sitting there going, I'm really sorry, will you forgive me? I love you lots. Kiss kiss. Come back to Marvel. They've screwed it because I there were two films that I was interested in the last run, and that was Ant-Man, because I like Ant-Man. I'm a weirdo because I like Ant-Man. I've put my hand up and say that because I like the father-daughter dynamic in it. I thought it was sweet. That's the bit that kind of I thought was like the heart of the film, which they ruined in the latest one. And then you had Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the only competent one. Whether you liked it or not, it was a competently made film.
I give you that. No, I did like it. I just
and the bad guy in it, he should be the bad guy for the next phase because the fucking actor he's got some chops.
He was a good bad guy. He made me hate him, which was exactly what he should do. The thing is, I'm sad that I didn't go and see it in the cinema, but because I just didn't care about Marvel at that point, that I just didn't. I wish I had gone and seen that one movie in the cinema, but at the same time, Marvel has been so shit it's been so bad, and I, I think it's a bit like, I don't know if they can save it. I don't know if bringing Robert Downey Jr. back is going to save it. They're going to have to do some lame ass multiverse thing, or they're going to have to do something like that, and it isn't going to work. I think Endgame. You see, a lot of people. I don't like Endgame. I've watched it several times, and I think it was there were so many stupid decisions in there. That's when the pandering really started, and whereas Infinity War was a good movie, this was bad. I know people have a problem with the Hulk not coming out to play in Infinity War, but as a whole, Infinity War was a good movie. But the real pandering started in Endgame, and they killed off characters that they should never have killed off. And it just shows that Kevin Feige isn't this god that he was meant to be, and yet he is still in charge. He's now slapping his name on all these movies, and they're all fucking monstrosities, with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy. So, yeah.
Okay, so Endgame, yeah, you're right. I liked Endgame for bits, like the fight between the three Avengers and Thanos
Yes.
is great. Enjoyed the hell out of that.
Yeah.
I actually liked it when
But there was
Captain Marvel
pandering
turned
in
up
that.
and destroyed the big spaceship. Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
You're talking about actually, that's one bit I did like. And then when he turns around, he fucking decks her. I like that too, because the Russo brothers went, can't really just have this bitch turn up out of nowhere. Let's have him beat the shit out of it. Have him beat the shit out of her, and he just lumps her. I like that. They shouldn't have killed Thanos. They should have had Thanos with the original Infinity Gauntlet. They shouldn't have killed him. They shouldn't have had the thing where he destroyed the stones. That was a mistake. What they should have done, is they should have turned around. He should have had the Infinity Gauntlet, and what he should have been doing is you should have been waiting around. It goes, what are you doing? I'm waiting around, waiting for you guys to fuck up, so I can then restore balance again. Yeah, that should have been his thing. He should have had a big old bloody army. They should have fought him, got the Infinity Gauntlet off of him, and then click back to Infinity War, and then cut to Thor. And all they had to do is just have someone. It's like you can make one change, yeah? And the one change is someone just goes to Thor, go for the head. Because they set it up. And then then it gets to the end, he's about to click the fingers, and whoosh, poof, he goes to the head. Just Thor hears a voice of like Tony going, go for the head. And then he goes for the head and cuts the head off, and boom. That's it. And you still had the deaths and still had the significance of all those other bits that happened along the way. Yeah, but it would have been and kept it in a more sensible area.
They turned Tony Stark into, by a selfish prick. All those people suffered, so his daughter stayed alive. And look, I get it. When you're a father, you would do anything for your child, but he's meant to be a hero. He's meant to sacrifice. And he wouldn't, and the sacrifice would have been easy because he wouldn't have known that he'd made the sacrifice if it had all been reset. But
and who says it wasn't going to play out the way it was anyway?
Yeah. You can't come back from Endgame, and this 5-year blip just was stupid. And I'm done with Marvel. I'm done with it. I have apathy like you have apathy for Star Wars, and I get it. I completely get it. I feel like that about Marvel. I'm not quite completed, but I've nearly completed the Spider-Man 2 game. I love the gameplay most of the gameplay. It's a bit short. But the story keeps pissing me off because it's just there's too much wokeness in it, and it just pisses me off.
Right, okay. So the thing, I like Spider-Man 2, good game, but one, where's Mary Jane? You've got fucking Lois Lane in there instead of Mary Jane. That pisses me off. That pisses me off about the previous game too, yeah?
Yeah.
Because that is Lois Lane. You've described Lois Lane there. Everything she does is Lois Lane. Why have you got Lois Lane? Why have you fucking pulled a DC character out and made her wear a fucking Marvel skin suit? So you got that, yeah? She never turns around and says, go get him, Tiger, or go do your thing, Spider-Man, yeah? She never gives him any fucking approval. He does to her. She never says anything positive towards him. Yeah, I think I caught one conversation, pardon my language, where they've done that. Then they've got the bit where they're desperate to replace Peter Parker with fucking Miles Morales towards the end. Yeah, you haven't completed it yet.
No, I've just got where Harry becomes Venom and you're playing as Venom and you escaped Oscorp Tower and you've killed Craven. So, and I love playing as Venom. I have to say, I kind of enjoyed that bit especially where you get the power to pick them up. Just pick them up and start fucking throwing them around. That's kind of awesome. I did like that. I have to admit, playing as Venom is kind of cool, and it makes me go, "You should do a Venom side game."
Right. So the thing is that this is how I think the third game's going to go. Yeah, the third game's going to happen. You're going to get. It's going to start off with Carnage. Yeah. So Carnage will be the big bad, like Craven was the big bad in this. Yeah. Spoiler warning: Carnage is in the game. You don't quite see him until you finish off a certain story mission, and then you go.
No, I know he's in the game. I know he's in the game.
Redhead freak. I know who you are.
Yeah.
So you do that. So I reckon Carnage will be the main thing. Yeah, and then it'll get towards the end, and then Norman Osborn will turn into the Green Goblin. Yeah, and then the Green Goblin is going to kill Peter Parker.
Is Harry dead? Because Harry doesn't die.
No, he gets.
Harry's in status.
Yeah, no, he's not in status.
So is it going to be Harry? Is it going to be Harry or is it going to be Norman?
No, it's Norman. It's going to be Norman because he's going to kill Peter Parker. That's what they're going to do. They're going to get to the end of the third game and kill Peter Parker, and they're going to piss me right the fuck off. And they're queuing it up, and it's weird because when we think about the previous Spider-Man game, they were queuing up Kraven the Hunter. Do you know how they're queuing up Kraven the Hunter? Taskmaster. Taskmaster was hired to check and map your fighting abilities for someone so they could fight you at one point. And that was Kraven the Hunter. And there were some other hints in there too. And they put some other bits in there. And I just think they're going to kill Peter Parker in the next one. And that's going to piss me right off, considering I enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed the game.
I've enjoyed the game, but the stories are pissing me off. They have made Mary Jane that bit more ugly.
They've made her annoying too, more important. That's more annoying.
Yeah.
Is the fact that she's just an insufferable bitch, and then when she gets, have you done the Scream bit? Yeah. You thought Scream, yeah. So she's just annoying in that, and it's like Peter is sitting there, it's like pretty much fucking begging her and whatnot, and she doesn't say anything in return. Yeah, it's like, Peter, you've saved countless lives and stopped property damage, and everyone loves you, blah blah blah. Yeah, and. No, does he get any recognition for being Spider-Man and actually doing some work? No. Not one fucking iota.
But this is the thing. I mean, you watch that whole what's his face Fox. You watch the interview. The reason that Fox said what he said. You watch that interview, right? I don't know if you've seen the original interview, which that sparred the comments that I wouldn't shag it. I wouldn't either. But you watch those comments, right? There's this guy who's wrote a book called Decoding the British Bloke, right? And it's kind of a joke, but there is some serious stuff in it. But the number one cause of male death in the UK is suicide, right? And this guy was having a serious conversation about it. And all these silly fucking bitches can do go, but there's 47% of women that are under the pay wage, and there's this and this. Yeah, he's going, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the single biggest cause of male death in the country. I don't care about women at this point. This has nothing to do with the gender pay gap. It has to do with the fact that, male suicide is a serious problem. What do we do about it? But they just didn't care. All they cared about was their feminist bullshit.
Yeah. Sorry, Keith. I think you've turned over 2 pages at once. Did I fucking wig out for a moment? I was just talking about Mary Jane being a bitch, and you went on to Liam Fox.
No, because you were talking about you were talking about how it's always like feminist things and how they don't say how they don't they don't go well done Peter. They can't acknowledge a man. It's all about how well the thing, and it reminded me of this that I'd watched this week, because again I'm sitting there going, who are you that you don't respond yeah, but there's 47% of women in this and that, and that's the way people think at the moment. It's insane. It's insane, and I got very annoyed with Spider-Man, and it's a shame because I like the gameplay.
Right, so
I do.
what it was is there's a company in Canada, and I can't remember what they were called now, and they helped them rewrite the script. So these people basically ruined it, and that explains why some of the dialogue in it is shit in comparison to the previous game. The previous game, storyline-wise, was done a lot better. I'm going to go back and replay it. I need to go back and replay it to see if it is actually a better game, because if it is a better game, then that... Apparently, this is the one thing that made me laugh. I was watching this little YouTube short where this guy's like he does the review for Spider-Man 2, and he turns around and goes, it's just as good as the other games here, where we gave Miles Morales a 9, and we gave the original game a 9. It deserves a 9 too, so we're giving it an 8 out of 10.
I don't think it's as good as the first one. I don't think it's as good as. I don't think it's as good as Miles Morales in some respects. The first one seemed to have a lot more side missions. You know, you had those bases that were actually a challenge, where you had to go and first off you had to clean up Fisk's bases. Then you had to go and clean up all the what's its face's bases, and those were a challenge. Yeah, those were a challenge. And then it was the Sable bases. You had 3 different lots. You had none of those in this. You had none of those. This didn't have 3 acts with 3 lots of acts of side missions.
It kind of did. It wasn't as good.
Didn't have
you
the
had
bases.
The blinds
no.
with Craven's lot.
Yes.
And then you had the symbiote points. So
the blinds were easy. Not like where you could... You know, with the Fisk's base and the Sable bases, you infiltrated those, so you had an opportunity to clear, if you played it right, to sort of subtly take up a few of the men before you sort of made yourself aware. I don't know. I just think that there's a lot more side missions in the first game than was in this one. A lot more. But having said that, I really fucking enjoyed playing as Venom.
Oh yeah, the Brooklyn Heights missions are fucking awful.
Yeah,
that's the school.
Yes,
they are fucking awful.
No,
I was just like, oh my god, dude. And then the other thing that got me to,
I didn't mention the drone. The drone kid.
I didn't. The drone kid.
Yeah, the drone kid was a trans. It was trans character.
I didn't care. I didn't. I just tried to. I fucking just went through it as quickly as possible. All those those Brooklyn ones. I got that first one with the VJ character, and I was like, no, fucking just get me through as quickly. Shit, I'm gonna clear stuff off so I can get to the next bit. It was just they were the most obnoxious ones.
Yes. I
fucking lost my train of thought now, Keith.
Sorry.
Drone kid. Oh. I lost my chain of thought. Where were we? So before you hopped on there,
you were talking about the Brooklyn Heights thingies, and I was saying, well, that's because of the drone kid. But you said you didn't like the Brooklyn Heights.
No, it wasn't before the Brooklyn Heights thing. I said it was really obnoxious. Blah blah blah. It was all the crap. Oh, that was it. How many American flags have you seen in New York?
I haven't.
In the game. How many pride flags have you seen in New York in the game?
Oh, there's a few. Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like they replaced all the fucking US flags with pride flags. I'm sorry. I know the Americans. I always used to take the piss out of the Americans for us because it's like kind of, why do they have so many flags up? Just so they know what fucking country they're in. And I always make that joke, yeah? All right? But it was something that I found very quintessentially American. And when I think of Americans, I think of that. And it's like, okay, you can be proud of your country. I like that. That's nice. I'll take the piss out of you for it because I'm English and that's what we do. But hardly saw any of them. And then there's the thing with the police too.
Yeah,
he was friendly with the police, and he was friendly with the police, the firefighters, and the ambulance, the emergency services. Yeah, he was always friendly with them. Yeah, nothing.
None of that.
That's probably where a good chunk of your side missions vanished. But that knocked me. And it's annoying because the fucking web swinging mechanics on it's great. The fighting's really good on it.
Yes.
I like the superpowers. When you get the superpowers, like the Venom suit's great. When you play as Venom, that's great. Yeah, the boss fights are really good. And it's annoying because there's so much good stuff in there from the gameplay wise, and then it's just wrapped up in a horrible shroud of shite. Sorry.
No, I'm with you. I agree with you completely. You've summed up my exact thoughts. Anyway, let's watch this trailer because this trailer is kind of awesome.
I haven't. It's got Andy Serkis in it.
I don't know if Andy Serkis is playing. I think it's Caesar's grandson, although it looks like fucking Caesar. It's not Caesar because Caesar died. I think it is Andy Serkis, but not the voice.
Strange things.
Memories?
That sounds like Andy Serkis.
Not memories. New things.
That looks like Caesar.
I
It's not.
see everything.
I don't want to sound rude. I think all the apes look the same to me.
That
It
is
doesn't. No,
not
it doesn't. They do look different,
everything.
but he looks like Caesar.
What a wonderful day!
Does it
Yeah,
to
it's
me?
actually quite good. I'll be honest with you. I was hoping at the end you'd have seen a space shuttle crash.
Well, I think they're holding that off because you do see in the first of the Planet of the Apes movies, you see the news story about it going missing. So it exists. They did it in the first movie. The rumor is that that's how this is going to end. So you had the whole throughout the first movie of this current flavor of Planet Ape movies. You had various news messages. You know, first man mission to Mars, mission goes missing, and yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this. I enjoyed all of those Planet of the Apes movies. I thought they were really good. They were entertaining. In fact, I think that was the first movie we all went to see together, and we did our first proper review. Was the
Gaming Face Punch? Yeah.
as Gaming
Wow.
Face Punch.
That was it Bracknell Cinema, wasn't it?
When I heard that they were bringing this back, I was skeptical, but then they brought that trailer out, and I went, they've got moments from all of the original Planet of the Apes movies. You know, the apes on the thing sort of lassoing humans. That was in one of the original sort of 70s movies.
See, it's from 20th Century Fox and Disney own them, so
Put a chick in it, make her gay.
but that's going to happen. I'm sorry.
This actually could make money. This could make money for Disney. This might be Disney's first freaking decent movie. The trailer looks good. We'll have to watch.
Unlike that Echo trailer, that's a good
teaser.
trailer.
Oh, okay. I thought the Echo trailer was okay, but I see your point. But that was a good trailer. I quite enjoyed those Planet of the Apes movies. So I think this is going to be quite good. So I'm up for it. It's apparently going to be a new trilogy if it goes off all right, and it is going to culminate in this. So you might get like a cutscene at the end of this movie with the spaceship crashing.
And then you have to end with the Doomsday Cult.
Yes. Yeah, you do. Who I think that is who they are. So yeah. It's going to be good, I think. It's going to be good.
I hope it is, given everything else that's happening, and fingers crossed. And it's because it's got what do you call it? It's got chimps in it and bits in it. Then you can't accuse it for not being diverse. It's not even fucking human. But someone, no, hang on, wait for it. I can, no, stop. I can see it now. Now, the original story was written by a French guy, and it was an allegory for how we treat animals in animal testing for scientific research and animal husbandry and all that sort of stuff. And it's supposed to be a commentary on that, which is fine. Absolutely fine. I get it. It's good. Science fiction allows us to explore these things in different ways. Yeah. Someone, somewhere, is going to make the race comparison. I'm just waiting. You know it. I know it.
I don't know.
It's
I
gonna
mean,
happen.
I go in with bated breath. I'm hoping this is just going to be a fucking movie about a bunch of apes. But yeah, there could be some kind of, racist allegory.
I think it is going to be a movie about a bunch of apes. But I think that when it's coming out, people are going to pile on them and turn around and turn it into something that it's not.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Because we'll get
Next
excited
summer.
for it, and then I'll see that people are excited for it, and then I'll jump and go, oh, well, we can't have people enjoying themselves. That'd be preposterous.
No.
The fun police. I heard someone with a theory behind why it is like it is, and it's all down to a misplaced sense that you get from Christianity when in relation to sin. Yeah, so because we're not as religious as we were back 50, 60 years ago, and some people can't handle that. In Christianity, they had a thing where the more you understood sin and suffering, the more virtuous you were. Yeah, so the more sins that you committed, that made you more virtuous. And because you committed the sins and you asked for forgiveness and you went through the whole thing, and it's like kind of looking at that and that perspective, like, oh, that kind of makes sense. You're all dicks. So coming from the atheist, I don't like this new religion.
That's true.
On that
right,
bombshell. Oh, hang on a second.
I do want to finish
I went
with
to-
Gen V. Go on.
Gen V.
You
Oh,
say
yeah, we didn't
first.
talk about Gen V. I did want to finish. I wanted to talk about the Diddley Squat Farm, but you can do the Gen V
Yes,
thing
because
first.
the ending to Gen V was kind of interesting. I mean, there's a cut scene right at the end. So basically, they break all the kids out of the woods, which is this sort of the place under the school where the headmaster's been developing a virus that is highly transmissible and it kills soups, but keeps normal humans alive. And basically, one soup sort of catches onto this and releases all the others. So, and then they start going around killing normal people. So in the end, the other characters have to try and save the day. To what they do, the girl that can manipulate blood blows the arm off of the sort of bad soup, and then Homelander turns up, and he's and she's like, "Oh, hi, Mr. Homelander." He goes, "What kind of animal are you like that?" And she's like, "That attacks its own kind." Then he lasers her. You think she's dead, and then she wakes up in a white room with no doors
Oh,
and the
it
others.
would have been worth watching.
But then you get the credits, and then the credits disappear, and it's like a darkened woods with this figure walking through with a torch, and you don't know who it is at first until the light. He steps into the light, and it's Billy Butcher, and he looks around and goes, "What a bunch of cunts!" And I was like, "See, that's why I like Billy Butcher." And it's like, okay, I see where they're going in season 4 of The Boys. You've got Homelander's just gone off his fucking rocker, only cares about other soups, and that's where it's going. And now he's manipulating it. And the two people that were really bad, he's turned into heroes. And the people that were actually trying to save everybody, he's turned into the criminals. But the final episode was quite good because you had all the boys cast in there. You had the terrible Vought boss woman, the ginger one. She was as terrible and as fantastic as always. Final episode was pretty good. Final episode was pretty good, and I loved Billy Butcher at the end, just turning up. What a bunch of cunts! So it does half make me look forward to it, but they've got to kill Homelander in this season. They've got to do it, or it just gets boring.
Well, no, because they've bollocksed up how Homelander ends.
I know.
So
I know.
doing that.
I do like his Billy the Butcher, though. You know, I don't like a lot of what they did in season 3, but I do like Carl Urban's Billy Butcher. Anytime he's on screen, it's good. What a bunch of cunts. even the voice, it's genius.
Yeah, it's that's one of
But
those
when
things.
Homelander turns up and you get this hero music, it was quite good. The way they did it, it was quite good. It was quite good. It was watchable. I wouldn't say it was brilliant, but it was watchable. It was better than season 3 of the Boys in many ways, especially towards the end.
Yes. I need to go and watch it. I'll watch it, but I can watch it now without having to wait for next week.
Yeah.
So we'll
you want to talk about?
I just wanted to say that I've been there. Really,
I loved your picture of cow juice. I love that. I love that dispenser of cow juice.
Yeah, so
you saw a picture. It was cow juice.
Yeah, so I went to Diddley Squat Farm shop. I got so I went there and it was fun. So we have a thing at work about hummus. It's like there's a Greek guy at work, and he goes again. And one evening he said to me, "I've got to go home, but I don't know what I'm having for dinner." I went, "You're Greek. It's obvious. What is it?" He goes, "Hummus." Even though hummus isn't Greek, I know. And there you go, cow juice.
Cow juice is fucking brilliant. Yeah. Cow juice is genius.
But, yeah, I went there last weekend. That's one of the reasons we didn't do the podcast, and I won't be here next weekend because I'll be away next weekend.
Stop going away.
We've still got
to do our Star Trek hottest chicks.
I know. I got the TOS down, and I've not gone further than that. That makes me sound really bad, actually. I managed to convince my colleagues on another podcast who number 1 was, and I won the argument. And the argument goes like this: if you can sit in a sweater and fucking jeans and still look sexy, you're fucking sexy. Isn't that right, Keith? As I'm sitting there in a hoodie and jeans.
I told you. I said at the beginning, you're looking pretty fly. You know, you look like you've been dressed by your wife.
Fuck off. I've got Miami Vice top on.
Mate, we are all dressed by our wives.
You might be, I'm not. I'm doing. You know when it's clever? It's when she does it without you realising it. That's a clever one. And on that bombshell, goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me. See you next week. The week after. Sorry. See you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Right, hang on a second. No, we're not going away to Disney France. We're not going to Disney France. We're going to Alton Towers in Stoke, in England. Okay.
Same bloody thing.
No, it's not.
Just a different thing.
My wife is doing a run at Alton Towers. I think she's doing a 10k run.
It's just an excuse to go to another bloody theme park.
I like theme parks. Nothing wrong with theme parks.
It's fine.
You get. Keith?
Anyway, yes. Put the chicken in it. Make a man.